All right, so I'm getting a lot of questions about an update on SMCI because I made a prediction where it looked very bullish at one point on the daily chart, and if you look at this chart here, I made a video right here because this looked like an early daily uptrend, which it does. Because when you go past, let me discuss all these lines here. When you go past the EMA 20 and you come back up, and then you retest it when the EMA 20 is the very bottom, this can be an early sign of an uptrend. But you got to understand when you look at different time frames, the different time frames are going to tell you different ideas about the chart. If you look at the weekly chart, you will understand that this is clearly in a downtrend for a long period of time. You can clearly see this kind of thing happening here. We have higher high or higher lows and lower lows happening here, and you're kind of in this trend line, right? That looks like this. And the reason that I point this out is because yes, the daily gave us a nice bounce, and the reason why I called it is because we had that bottom support on this EMA 20, we had this breakout, and then we had this big move up, right? And now we're kind of retesting. On a daily chart, where would I look for? Well, one, what I'd like to see is this EMA 50, which is coming here. I want to see this at the very bottom. And then I want to see this EMA 20 look for a nice retest type pattern, right? But if you look at the long-term frame, this is only going to be bounces you're trading because as you can see, the EMA 50 and the 20 and the 10 and the 5 are all stacked up on top of each other. That's going to be your reversion to the mean. I have no doubt that we will hit this EMA 50, but we can definitely reverse. So just like we hit this 20 in reverse, and I called this out and saying this is a very dangerous area to buy, knowing that we are coming into a very solid area for resistance. We have not hit this EMA 21 times since we've been in this downtrend, and usually what happens is we come to test them and we break down. So like just like right in here, we come to test this EMA 10, we break down. We test it again, we break down a little, but since we've already tested it and it's very scary to short it, when we already been testing these levels many times, we come back to the 20 and then we go up a little to scare people and then we come back down to reality. But this EMA 50, till I see we get off that next level, then I would say we are in a longer term uptrend. And this EMA 20, just like on the daily, we need to see at this at the very most bottom. Yes, the daily looks very bullish. This is forming an uptrend. And that's why I'm saying we got to go from shorter time frames to longer time frames where, yes, on the daily, you could see a clear pattern here where you're going up and up and up and up, right? And then this could be the higher low type pattern. So, when you're looking at different types of things, you got to understand, like when this level is getting up here, we're getting into a weekly resistance. When we're getting down here, this is a nice daily support where we can bounce off at this level where we have this nice big up move. We would never buy it above these EMAs as this is, or especially at this EMA 50, knowing this could be just like that weekly resistance, right? It's a stronger EMA. Usually what happens, like I say, we hit it, we reject, and then usually if we come back at it again, we break through it. So we hit this, reject, come back up, reject, hit this EMA 20, which is now support, because just like EMAs, when you hit the EMA 20, we reject and get over it, so resistance towards support on the daily. So now we had the EMA 20 at the very bottom. And that's how I like to do these things. I like to say, well, what's the bigger picture? The bigger picture of SMCI is definitely downtrend until proven otherwise. Just like for the SMCI when it was an uptrend. You can see how long this uptrend lasted. Look at this. On this EMA, all the EMAs were stacked upwards. Every time we touched those EMAs, we bounced. We hit the 20, we bounced it. Got close to the 50, bounce. Hit the 20, bounce. And you can see we just kept bouncing and bouncing and bouncing. Hit the 20, bounce. And this is, keep in mind, this is a weekly chart. This is very strong signals. And we kept going and going and going. But remember, downtrends do end. Stop, trends can end at any moment. This uptrend has lasted for for a couple years, and now we're finally switching sides here. So this is a really hard one to be like, I'm looking to go long on this at random levels, right? If I'm going to go long, it's going to be based on the daily here. And then I'm going to look at my stop loss, which is about 5%. And then until I get above this on a weekly, then I'll be way more confident to hold this longer term, right? When I get to these certain areas, I'd be looking to sell on this daily candle, right? So right now we just went below the EMA 20, which is kind of scary, right? Because that was your resistance and it just went below. We did not break through it. We did, but we went right back over. And that's kind of what you see here with the EMA 10. We went over it and then we went crashing back down. So that's the two things I would look to. If you're looking to buy it, you're going to look for this EMA 20. Personally, I want to see this EMA 50 at the very bottom for a daily, but yes, you can look for this EMA 20 here, and then put that stop loss like I represented. And then just remember your weekly is definitely a downtrend. And that's why you want to be very careful because you're facing a bigger time frame, right? This is your weekly trend line that's happening here. And it's just going to, you're going to be in this range for quite some time. It could go down and down and down and down. So that's your initially the thing that's happening here. You have this low here, low, low, and the higher low. Do we break about above? It does look, rather bullish coming up to this area, right? And you can kind of see, something else is kind of changing, right? You can kind of see something different on the weekly. So do we break out? And that's the question here. So that's the kind of things I look at. Yes, it's kind of tedious, lots of stuff to look at, because different time frames are going to give you different signals. A daily might give you a buy, whereas the weekly is going to give you a sell. So you want to make sure what you are, obviously follow the higher time frame, right? Higher time frame is shorting, but you also want to look at the daily and be like, well, could we make a buy out of this, right? If I don't like shorting. I rather go long in a company. It seems unethical betting against something. So we would like to look to go long. Well, if we go long, I would use the daily at the EMA 20, and then you have a clear stop loss on that. So hopefully you guys found this updated video helpful. If you guys want to join the Discord, this is your chance to do it. You can join the premium Discord by clicking the link down below in YouTube comments and in the description. It'll say join the premium Discord for my alerts and system. And when you join, it'll take you to the free chat landing page. All you have to do is hit day trade alerts to get the all of the services, the highest tier, which is swing trading and day trading, all combined in one service for $12 a month. Or you can hit swing trade alerts just to get the swing trade service for $6, $6 a month, whatever you like. And if you hit server shop, you can read about both the servers that offer here. But if you do decide to join to save you some money on the iOS fee to avoid it, do subscribe on your computer. And if you do have an Android, you will have to subscribe on your computer because for some reason they're having trouble with Androids. But if you do it on the computer, it's actually the best way anyways. And if you don't have a computer, just do it on your phone's browser like Google, Safari, and it will act like a computer. So I hope you guys liked this video. I hope you found insight on SMCI. I'm bullish on the daily coming into here. I'll be telling you guys in the chat when I'm looking at getting into this. But as far as the weekly, we're not really at a level that I like. Maybe to this EMA 10, which is probably going to match the daily and maybe get a bounce up from there. But yeah, you just got to be really careful when we get close to this EMA 50. That is going to be another resistance where it hits it and rejects, most likely. So hope you guys like this video. Give a like, subscribe, comment, and hope to see you guys in the Discord. Happy trading, and I'll see you guys there. If you have any questions, you guys know where to find me. I'll be in the premium chat here. All right, guys, peace out.